Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. We are officially in fall and I was itching to do a deeper sultry eye for you guys. So I dipped into a palette that I keep on hand. I also keep in my pro kit. It's the Morphe 350. It's so good, super affordable. I wanted to create this look for you guys, give you a great transition look, something that, I don't know, just gets you in that fall spirit. No really harsh liner, just simple mascara, and really only a handful of shadows. So I hope that you guys love it. I had so much fun creating it, and if you would like to see how to recreate it for yourselves, please keep watching. So for today, I have already done my base. As you can see, I have my foundation, concealer, cream contour on. I've stopped there though. I have not done any additional bronzer or blush. I want to do that later on after the eyes with you guys, but I did want to go ahead and do the majority of my base along with my brows so that we could just jump straight into the eye look. I really want today's look to be a little more on the dark side using some deeper shades. So because of that, we are going to go in with an eyelid primer. This is by MAC. And this color is the most similar to my actual skin tone. So it's just a really nice flesh color, and it's going to put down a great base for our shadow. Because these are deeper colors, I wanted a pretty matte, pretty solid base to start on. You guys know that normally I just put down concealer and setting powder, which that always works great, but for these deeper shades, I like having a little more down on the lid. So now that our base is down, I am going to be using today the Morphe 350 palette. I keep one of these in my pro kit and also another in my makeup drawer just because I love it that much. It is so good. So the first shade I'm going to pick up is actually going to be a transition shade. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It's almost a deep cream, and I'm just going to throw this in the crease with a blending brush. And I'm going to put this color down first just so that it makes other colors easy to blend out. The color that I'm doing all over the lid is a darker shimmer, and so because of that, I don't want it going above my crease. So if you already have a flesh toned crease color there, it will stop shadow from going up too far. And then I'm going to go in with a flat shader brush. This one is from MAC. And I'm actually going to pick up this highlight right here, and I'm going to pop that under my brow bone and in my inner corner. So now for my all over base color, I'm going in with another flat shader brush. This one is just a little bit larger. And I'm going to dip in to this beautiful, it almost is a shimmery olive green. And I'm going to apply that all over my lid. And I'm actually going to apply first with my finger and then go in with that large flat shader brush. So now that I have the intensity that I want, I'm going in with that flat shader brush, and I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit more on my brush and start patting it into place, and just going over the edges so that there are no harsh lines. I am going to take, again, that same blending brush from MAC that we used for our very first transition shade, and I'm going to pick up this color right here, and I'm putting that in my crease. And this is where I'm going to bring in those windshield wiper motions and small circular motions. And I'm just going in with the lightest hand because I do not want to disturb that glitter shadow. Okay, so I'm now going in with a more tapered blending brush. Again, tapered just meaning that it comes to more of a point. And I am going to dip in to this really, really rich chocolate brown color right here. And I am focusing this on the outer corner of my eye and just taking it ever so slightly into the outer third of my crease. But I really want this deep color just on this outer V of my eye. We haven't really worked on the lower lash line yet, but I am going to drag the excess product under. I'm now going to take just a small smudge brush. I'm going to dip into that same really rich shadow and I'm going to run it along my top lash line. And this will be the start or the base of eyeliner. I'm going to take a really fluffy, large blending brush and I'm going to dip into this shade right here. And I'm going to sweep that over this darker area and into my crease, just so it's not so harsh right here at my brow bone. Just going to diffuse out that darker shade. I'm now going to take on my middle finger again a little bit more of that olive shimmer shade, and I'm going to pop a little more just right onto the center of the lid, just to make sure we don't lose any of that rich color. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to take that tapered blending brush and pick up that rich chocolate brown. Large fluffy brush and dipping into that really nice transition brown and just softening this darker shade a little bit. Picking up this smudge brush side, dipping into that chocolate brown color and running it again along my top lashes to act as the base for our liner. And then lastly, again, picking up more of that olive pigment and putting it back on my lid. So now I'm going to work on the bottom lash line. To start with, I'm actually going to take the eyeliner that I'm going to use on top in just a minute. This is by MAC. And I'm going to smudge it under my lower lashes. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush and without applying any shadow quite yet, I'm going to just smudge out that liner. To pick up that same smudge brush that we used on top, and I'm going to dip into that same really rich deep chocolate brown. And I'm just going to run that underneath my lower lashes right on top of that liner that we used. And I'm going to take it about 3/4 of the way in. I'm going to stop about right here. I'm not going all the way into the inner corner with it. So now I'm going to go in with another shader brush and I'm going to pick up that olive green that we used and I'm going to run it from the inner corner to about halfway over. so I'm just going to take that really fluffy brush and I'm going to dip into this color right here. So this was our transition color. I'm going to go right below it. This is a little bit of a warmer tone, a little bit more of a terracotta color, and I'm just going to barely tap into it and put a little bit in my crease just to warm up the top lid, and then I am going to smoke out my lower lash line with that color as well. This is a color that isn't necessarily going to stand out. You aren't going to be able to spot it per se, but it's just going to warm the whole eye look up. So I'm just going to then go in with my pencil brush that I used to smoke out that pencil, and I'm going to dip into that color and put it a little lower than the other colors. I'm going to take that same eyeliner and I'm just going to, with my eyes open, run it along my top lash line, super, super close to the base of my lashes. I'm going over that shadow that we already laid down. And this is actually just going to smoke it out a little bit and really make the base of our lashes look nice and thick. I'm also going to take this same pencil and I'm going to tightline, which means I'm going to open up my eyes really, really, really wide, and I'm going to go in here. And I'm also running it in my bottom waterline. So I'm now going to take just some really good volumizing mascara. You guys have seen me use this one before. It's one of my favorites. It's by Smashbox. It's their Super Fan. Such an awesome mascara. And I'm again going to do my bottom lashes first, then my top. Earlier that I already did my brows, but I have not set them yet. And so for today, normally I use my Too Faced Brow Quickie, which is the gel that has some fibers in it. But for today, I'm going to be dipping into Anastasia's Dip Brow Gel, and I'm in the shade Medium Brown. So I'm just going to, with the lightest hand, start sweeping this through my brows. I just wanted my brows to be a little darker than what I normally do them. I want to finish up the face with You. I'm actually trying a new bronzer today. It's new to me. It's not new. It's been around forever. It is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. So I'm just taking my big fluffy powder brush and I'm just going to dip into this. I don't really know how heavy-handed to be just because I've never used it, but I'm going to go over my cream contour. And then for blush, I'm actually trying a new one from e.l.f. and this is in the shade Always Rosy. And I saw these in Ulta and it really intrigued me because my immediate first impression was from packaging to color to everything, and I did swatch this in store. The texture of it, all of it, it reminds me of the Lorac blushes that came out, I want to say a year or so ago, but this is probably a third of the price. And then today for highlight, I'm actually going to pick up a shade in the Morphe eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to pick up this shade right here. For lips, I am going to be using a lip liner from Kylie Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Cocoa K. Really pretty pink. Okay, now for lipstick, I'm going in with a lip crayon from Bite Beauty. This is their matte cream lip crayon in the shade Glace. Alright guys, this is the final look. I hope that you have enjoyed this. I love looks like this. I love fall. I love when we start to get into these colder seasons where I feel like we can just really do these darker looks. This may not be that dark to some people, but for me this is pretty dramatic. But this is a look that honestly I would even be comfortable wearing during the day. This is not something that I feel like you have to just wear at night. I think that you can rock this anytime, but I love looks like this. They're some of my favorite to do. I have so many great fall looks planned for you guys. Very similar to this, but just with different color ranges. So please make sure to leave me some comments below of looks that you would like to see next. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And also do make sure to subscribe. I cannot thank you guys enough for being here. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.